this fucking mess. I guess my rumpus room reflects the state of my beloved republic at the moment. Well, just waiting for the buzz to kick in. Right now, my mom was foolish. Sometimes she'd give in to the temper tantrum. There were times where she must have thought, well, it'd be far easier for me right now to indulge this belligerent child, me, than it would be to deal with the extremely uncomfortable situation that he is creating right next to the flashing blue light and the Louisville Kmart. Am I proud of the fact that when I was young, I was an ignorant, belligerent child? No, not really. Even though I'm not proud of it, I have not changed much. I don't, in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that all people can change. I do. But I myself am fiercely independent, extremely opinionated, overly self-gratifying, undyingly dedicated to my wife. I can't even, I want to share something with you right now, but I can't. If I shared some things about my character, it would really, I'm going to put it this way. I am lucky that I'm not in Seattle or Portland right now. I am lucky. Not because Antifa, Rose City Antifa, cowards, or Black Lives Matter, the Marxist Bolshevik revolutionaries. They call it whatever they want. Read 1984, please. Read, better yet, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I know I say his name wrong. I don't give a shit. I've read the book 10 times. I may not pronounce his name right, but those ideas, that thing, I wanted a better word. There's no better word. That thing that he imparted to me, that thing is not even tangible. That thing is an idea. Do I want to sing praises to the bottle and Bakanowski? Or do I want to live free in a reservation? I would choose the reservation. I would choose my garden in a peaceful place to be with those that I love. That peace, God save anyone that would encroach on that peace. Is this a threat? No, it's natural law. If you come to my paradise, to my animal sanctuary, rabbits are killed here, chickens are killed here. I take that back. A chicken has never been killed here, and they're not killed here when it's harvest time. They're taken to the Amish and they kill them. I'm that kind of coward. I have a sanctuary. When I find an injured animal, when something has been shot, been trapped, been wounded, though these things usually lead to death, and rarely in my life have I pointed and said, look at this success. This animal was dying when it came to me and now lives. I could point to Pip the bird right now. That little chicken's out there and she lives in my house as she has for the last 6 years. This is not the heart. Sorry, folks, I'm telling you about my heart. This is the heart of a lion. This is the heart that will defend its pride. But watch as the lioness nurses the wayward, harmed hyena. The one that accepts the hyena into the pride. But woe to the hyena if it decides one day to cross the line. I, my friends, am your humble lion. It would be a mistake to come to this sanctuary for men and animals with fuckery on your mind. The idea right now that our government is being hamstrung. I care not for these wonderful facades of quote unquote justice. I have my own ideas of what their justice is. We're seeing it unfold now. Justice for thee, but not for me and my pride. My pride can die here on the Serengeti. Yours feasts fat on the gazelle. No. We can either both hunt the gazelle unrestricted, or there is no freedom. There is no peace. These are slogans they scream. I'll tell you what, they can scream them all day long, but as I've stated here on this sanctuary that I have created, there is peace, and there will be peace by the barrel of a gun, by the edge of a knife, by the fists that I possess. There will be peace here, or the lion will roar. I must have lost my mind. I must be crazy. There's no one here. I don't care. It's probably better for me. I wouldn't want anyone to show up and test the things that I just mentioned, because as I said, this is a sanctuary. It's not a place of controversy. Peace, my friends, is not controversial. It's not up for debate whether or not I have the right to defend my property, my person, my effects, my papers. It's not a question. I don't need the Constitution of the United States of America to tell me this. I don't need Bill Barr to set his fat ass up there and talk about he's the arbiter of justice, equal for all. He's a snake. I have no love for Bill Barr. I loved Donald Trump. And then he put his hand in the Bible and took an oath of office and bombed Syria. And I tell you, us Jews have a long memory. I gave Donald Trump my undying loyalty because I believed him. His daughter had a couple tears and he bombed Syria. Get your daughter out of the Oval Office, Trump. Send Kushner packing. You're a fool for having him there. They're keeping you just liberal enough. You've gotten rid of Parscales. You've gotten rid of some real cancer. I tell you what, you've been put down for it. Get rid of the cancer that is your daughter. Get rid of the cancer that is your son-in-law, Jared Kushner, a fellow Jew, but an evil person that doesn't have any instinct whatsoever, or he would be president, not you, sir. Mr. President, do what you told me you would do. Because right now you're just another lying politician. I will vote for you as of now. Because the alternative is fucking insanity. If you have a glass, please raise it with me. Now, at this present moment, they want me to take a side. They want me to forget everything I learned due to my own research in the burgeoning internet in the early 2000s. Everything I learned about the left-right paradigm, everything I learned about the Illuminati, about the Satanist agenda to take over this world. The Georgia Guidestones still stand, folks. They want me to forget everything that I taught myself. I didn't learn it in their universities or their schools, which I attended. I didn't learn how to take care of myself, how to grow crops. I didn't learn how, as tears fell out of my eyes, rolled down my face, and snot stained my shirt, to murder birds that I raised from an egg to eat, though I did not need the food. Why would you do this, Ogre? Why? Education, my friends. And if I can kill that bird with these hands, if I could put that bird on a plate celebratory of the birth of Christ Jesus himself and consume that bird, if I can do it then, well, it'd be easy if I was hungry, wouldn't it? Education is priceless. It does not exist in this country. Indoctrination exists. If you have the power and you hear this, please, please do not send your children to an indoctrination center. Do not have them looked at and scrutinized and be thrown into prison because they bashed a knee one day. They were saying about how many incidences are going unreported now that the children are going to school. What do you mean? What happens in the summer? You think the school is there and it saves children? It destroys children, my friends. The inner city schools are gladiator schools. They're no place where any sane human being would send their children. The people that do, I'm not disparaging them. You can look at it that way if you'd like. You can choose to be offended, but I can't give it to you. The parents that send their children to these places, Let me tell you something. The easy way out is rarely the correct way out. There's only one way out of this life, and it's through the grave. Right now, people may look at me. They could look at my past here on this channel. They could look at my past if they knew who I was. They could look at my present. They could look at the words I just spoke and judge me and place me in any bracket that they wish. High, medium, or lower than whale shit. In the end, God makes it all come right. There's only room for one thing in each man's casket. And that's that man. Good to see you also, Captain Colpile. You're a wonderful man. I'm preaching to the choir at the moment. That's okay. Reinforcement is good for the soul. So now I have to say this because I could stay here and ramble and rant indefinitely at the moment. I'm going to close out with a couple things, raise a glass, and go back to weeding, to putting my hands in the soil, to humbling myself before my God, and to eat bread by the sweat of my brow. I want to make it very clear once again, because I have to. God, no. I don't have to do anything. And that doesn't mean it lasts forever. But at this present moment, I have no worries. I have no wants. I have to do nothing. I can go get a bottle of Beefeaters as soon as the bottle of Beefeaters runs out and do absolutely nothing but sit in this chair and listen to myself get fatter. I often do what I just described to you, much to my shame. But when God speaks, when the ogre hears, when the ogre does as God wills, the ogre humbles himself and puts his hand in the dirt. More to the point, I'd like to leave you with this idea. I'm going to use a phrase, sins, but I want you to hear character flaw. I'm not going to say character flaw again, but I want you to hear character flaw. Why? Because we can argue about what sin is, but very few people argue about character flaw. God speaks of sin in the Bible. God speaks of sin in several ways. He equates it to vomit. He equates it to a hog waller. He says, as a dog returns to his vomit and as a hog to its waller, so does the sinner return. But he has a remedy for it, my friends. He has a remedy for these things that you do that hurts you, these things that the ogre does that hurts him, that destroys the pride, that allows the hyenas to encroach a little closer. God equates getting rid of sin in your life to weeding. I'm going to tell you, I mow my lawn because I want the grass. And as long as I mow the lawn and the clippings fall there, grass is amazing. It'll be green and lush if it has water, as long as I keep mowing it. If I stop, the grass won't make it. The weeds will take over. It'll be a pioneer forest. Look it up. You'll know what it is. If you look it up in a biology book, that's where you learn these things, the pioneer forest. And anyway, what do I do when I'm weeding my garden, my patch where my food grows? Do I go out there with a lawnmower? Do I snap the weeds off? I pull the weeds out by the roots. It's not always easy. It rained last night. That's why I'm going out there today, because after a rain, it's much easier. When the weeds are in the corn, when the wheat and the tares grow together, it's hard to differentiate them at first. But as the tares grow up, it becomes apparent that these huge, thorny, terrible tares are there, but they're still among your wheat. Put the axe to the root, my friends. Join me today. Make a commitment to yourself if you don't believe in my God, the everlasting God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Make a commitment to yourself if you need to, that today you'll put the axe to the root. Man will tell you it might be your nightly snifter of brandy. Human beings will say the devil weed. Someone may say who knows what. But nobody needs to tell you, do they, my friends? No one needs to tell the ogre. Why? Because I got a hotline. It's my conscience. Don't let it be seared. Put the axe to the root. Be ruthless. Don't put the axe to someone else's root. A la BLM. Don't tell someone else about the molecule in their eye when there is a living elephant in your eye. Don't pay tithe on your cumin and your herbs and neglect the weightier matters, you fools. Get out there. Do the right thing. Put your hands in the dirt. And more than anything else, my friends, put the axe to the root and be good to your friends. Be good to your family members. Be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, your family member, or your loved one has done seems to be so huge, you'll never be able to forget about it. It's Captain Colepile, my beloved memes of destruction at a time you think not. Your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life. Everything God has given you will depart. Memes of destruction, and here's to you, my brother. Rolling down the road, smoking Nando, sipping on you. Lay back.